Okay. After reviewing it, looking back, have your feelings on anything that happened in that game, how your team played, officials, calls, has anything changed since you've had a couple days to kind of look back over that game Saturday?
No, it's you know, we all saw what went down. A lot of lead changes, a lot of good football. It was just a good football game. I mean, you go back and look at that, was one of the better football games we have been involved with, start to finish, with two really good football teams. Execution was good for the most part on both teams, and you know, it was just like taking on the state of North Dakota. I mean, they had a great, you know, very impactful game for them. So they had everybody there, and you know, it was a well played football game for the most part up and down the field.
How do you feel like the guys have bounced back in the last couple of days?
Well, we'll find out. I mean, it's, you know, that's the first thing that we have to do is just move on. That game isn't a season. That game is, it was a singular game. So, you know, it's getting ready for this one now that we got to come back and get ready for this home football game. And it'll be nice to come home to actually play a football game in our place. And I think that'll give a little boost to the week as well, let alone, you know, just getting on to the next game.
Back-to-back weeks, very different kinds of losses. Would you rather lose in a game where, in one way or the other way? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'd rather not lose. as soon as you said it. But I know what you're asking, and what I'd say to that is no. I walked away. You asked a question at the press conference afterwards. You know, the last Illinois State was frustrating. Frustration is caused when you know you did something. You didn't play as well as you thought you could have. You didn't think you had a good plan. Something that you did that you had control of wasn't executed. In this particular game, we had control. We had great execution. Our team was ready. It was in the toughest place probably that you would play in this league anyway, besides our own home. So, you know, I felt our team. So that's why that one was. It was. We played well. I'm not going to get on a player about it. It's not one play that did it. It was a lot of things that happened. There was a lot of people involved in that game besides just the two football teams on the field. So I thought we overcame, and I thought we played well, and you know, ultimately it came down to a play, and I don't even know how many lead changes there were, but it was back and forth. So there was a lot of punching, counter punching going on, and then you had to factor in all the other elements, and I think that was probably the difference in the game.
Are these guys driven harder now after these two losses than they might have been?
No, I think they were driven at the beginning of the whole thing. I just thought that, you know, I don't think. I wouldn't. You know, everybody's looking at these two losses, and you got to see where we're at. I'm more concerned about moving on to the next game right now and getting ready for this one, no matter who the last two losses were to. But you know, it was just that I think that we played two of what would be the top teams in the league going into this thing, and we played them on the road and had an opportunity in both cases to line up and beat them, and didn't get it done in two different ways. So now we got to look on to Western Illinois and make sure that we get that consistency and that growth.
What can you tell us